One of my old buddies, Cokeman 250, he reminded me that I needed to do an update on the Hydroseed project. So today we're going to do that. Cokeman 250, this one's for you. I didn't forget, but I also want to congratulate you on your new promotion, your new job. God's going to do awesome things through you. So if you're not a subscriber of Cokeman 250, look for Pizza Man 250 because I'm trying to talk him into changing that name. I do encourage you to go subscribe to his channel because he puts out great content. Good afternoon. This is Jeff Kelly with n-TractorExcavation. We're back to where we started some 8 weeks ago when we hydroseeded this area back behind me. I promised you I would put out a follow-up video in time lapse. I could not get the time lapse to work, but I have been taking some photos throughout this entire process, throughout the time frame. This is what you're looking at 8 weeks. And I'm also going to show you another area that I did started 2 weeks ago, and how much progress it's made in just that short period of time. So I think you'll be impressed, and I think you'll like what you see. And the hydro seeding is the way to go. Get away from sod. It kills your fingers, especially if you're as old as I am, and it's a superior product for about half the price, maybe a little bit more. So right here, I'm going to put up in the description the video of me hydro seeding this area back behind me, and some other photos. Hope you enjoy. If you do, please be so kind as to like and subscribe, because I put out videos at least maybe twice a month. Try to do more than that, but sometimes it just don't happen. Life gets in the way. One of the things I feel like I need to tell you about is when you hydroseed, there's some things that are very, very important when it comes to the dependency of a good job. First of all, you have to water the seeded area frequently. Right now, I'm telling my customers to water 4 times a day, at least throughout the day, for 20 minutes at a time. It just needs to stay moist. If you let that seed dry out, the germination process really slows down. One of the other things I want to tell you before you hydroseed that a lot of people don't seem to tell their customers, if you put pre-emerge out already in that area, there's a chance that your grass seed will not germinate. So you need to be cautious of that. And the other thing is patience. Well, if you're on a budget, this would be the way to go, just simply because it's so cost effective and you get great results out of it. You know, adding some lime to your ground will actually raise your pH some and help the germination of that product. The other thing is, I've already been throwing some fertilizer down on this. You want something that's going to be kind of high in nitrogen. You can actually find those formulations or those ratings for the square footage that you had hydroseeded on. You can use ChatGPT and it will give you great answers on how much nitrogen to add. It gives you formulas and all of that stuff. And I've verified those numbers that ChatGPT gives me with an authority that has been doing this for 30 years. So I do trust that process somewhat. One of the other things you want to keep in mind is that you don't want to cut that grass too short at first. Make sure your blades are sharp so that they get a nice clean cut, and also so that it doesn't rip the grass. The other thing I'll tell you is that right now I'm not cutting it, and I wouldn't advise you to cut it until it gets to 4 inches or so, and then don't scalp it. Cut it to about 3 inches, and throughout the summer start backing down on that number until you get to about 2 inches. 2.5 inches, somewhere in there, and then your Bermuda will spread a lot better. But I wouldn't gradually scalp it all at one time. I think it does too much damage to the root structure. So just cut it gradually, a little bit at a time. Right now, this area back behind me is probably about 5 inches high, which I've let it go too far, but we've had water after water after water. And man, it's really growing fast. I know that. I also know I'm going to take it down a little bit at a time to allow the Bermuda time to take off. Anyways, this is Jeff Kelly with n-TractorExcavation. I hope you have a blessed day.